Hello, Kia here. Welcome. I said I was going live, and so I am coming in to talk about blazing your own path, a strategy to create new revenue for your business that is not in this crowded market. So, giving a few minutes for people to get on. I am excited that I am feeling better. Again, thank you all for the well wishes. And actually, today my husband is home because of the craziness down at the Capitol. He works in DC, so he's working from home. So he's got the kids. So I have some concentrated time. And so I am geeking out and talking some strategies to share with my female entrepreneurs out there. And any other entrepreneurs, male entrepreneurs too. I know there's some out there that follow me. And today is we're getting into Blue Ocean strategy. This is one of the tools. Blue Ocean overall strategy. I use several of their tools. I've used it for years. It's one of the many business tools that I do in the design, my business design process. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Again, I am talking today. Welcome to my Revenue Design Studio. I am talking about blazing your own path, your own revenue path, using 3 tiers of non-customers. So I've got my notes because this is very technical. And I will have the replay out on my page. And so this is a 2-part. I may do the second part in a blog, or all of it in a blog, but this is going to be the first part. But let me introduce myself. Hello, Kia Hyder. I am a creative business designer. I help female entrepreneurs tap into their sweet spot, what they love to do, impacting lives, and then making it profitable. So I use artistic and business design tools to make profitable solutions for them. So I love what I do, and I'm excited to share one of these techniques that you may not be thinking about. The internet and these internet streets are very crowded, as you can see. And there's a quote, and this is, I'm going into Blue Oceans, and so one of the quotes they mentioned, the authors talked about, do exciting things, innovate, and your industry will become vibrant. You do more of the same, and watch your industry attractiveness decline. And so it's definitely been a lot of the same going out there, and you see a lot of it popping up. And again, you can still be authentic and unique and be you, but there needs to be, I want to push us to a higher level where we're going outside of our comfort zone and thinking outside of the box even more in a strategic way. So 3 tiers of non-customers. Blue Ocean strategy, if you're not familiar, and this is Blue Ocean strategy was, let me get the authors correct because it's W. Chan Kim and Renee Marburn. Now, I knew Blue Ocean when with my doctoral studies years ago. It's not a new strategy. It's actually a couple of decades. But they just, when was this released? In the past few years, they released Blue Ocean Shift, which is a follow-up. They did more research on the Blue Ocean strategy, and that they have put together and researched hundreds of businesses across the globe to come up with how to get into Blue Oceans. And so this Blue Ocean Shift was a follow-up book that they continued to study to talk about making organizations, how you bring your organizations into the shift. But let me slow down And for those who don't know, so blue oceans and red oceans, you may have heard that. Blue ocean strategy is all about value innovation and going into new markets. And they have the different tools to bring you into new markets. So red oceans, which I feel right now, like the coaching and the consulting industry, service-based industries, the products industry, there's a lot of red oceans right now. Red oceans are overpopulated. It's kind of graphic, but think about sharks and bloody waters. It's just so much noise, so much everybody doing the same, people biting off of each other, competition, and it's just the same blah all happening in one area. Whereas blue oceans are untouched. There's barely anyone there. There's plenty of space, and it's uncharted. And so the authors created different strategies and techniques that they've tested with different industries and across all industries, like several industries, and different organizations to come up with the way to navigate into blue oceans. And so that's what the blue ocean is. And the blue ocean shift is to take how to use those strategies and get your whole team towards the blue oceans to go. Because, an organization, you may be the leader, but to get everybody on board, there's a whole bunch of dynamics that comes in here. I, as a solopreneur, I particularly like the blue ocean shift for organizations because I see it on how I can help clients go into blue oceans. Because I'm in the business of creating, again, hello, welcome. I'm talking about blue ocean strategy and using 3 tiers of non-customers to create whatever industry you're in to blaze your own revenue path. And so just going again, talking about the history, like why I use blue ocean, and the blue ocean shift is helping to tap into new markets, new areas that haven't been there before. It's very easy to do something that somebody already else has done and to get buy-in because you see it and you see the thing. But to create something that did not exist, that's different, and to build it and then to get buy-in, it can be challenging. And so Blue Ocean Strategy, they've come up with solutions and tools to actually make that progress easier, smoother, and more successful. And so I incorporate Blue Ocean, Coherence Premium, several other business tools in my design solution that I offer clients. So today we're talking about one area, 3 tiers of non-customers. This is a strategy that you can use with your business, and whether you have a business or you're thinking of starting a business, you can still apply this and do this research to find out where are your blue oceans for potential new customers, okay? Because it is a crowded industry. Like most of the industries right now are very crowded, and especially in the online space. Hello. And especially in the online space. So when you think about Blue Ocean, it is really, really it's a very lucrative area, but you have to get out of the norm thinking. You have to open your mind to consider new ways and not fit in a box. And so looking at design tools, strategies, Blue Ocean strategies, and business strategies, that takes the guesswork out for you. So you don't have to just figure it out. This information is out there. You can go to blueoceanstrategy.com and there's all these tools and detail. You get the book. There's courses. So this is information that's out there and you can dig in and dig deeper. So let me jump in. Now, when I talk about strategy, and again, this is going to be a geeky, very technical conversation, because I want people, we need to elevate the conversation so you all really know these are business strategies that are out there that you can use to get out of the muddy water and these red oceans where everybody is and start blazing your own revenue path. Okay, so these strategies that I'm talking about, and I'll have a series of more coming, But these work if you have a solid business foundation. And I have my notes because I want to make sure I cover everything. So I'm looking down because I want to capture this. So when I say you have to have a solid foundation for these to work, that means your business, you have a compelling solution. You have a business model that supports that solution with your value proposition. You have the structural support system that supports the solution so you can deliver it effectively. That includes your customer management tools, your pricing tools, payment, metrics, your online presence, and your in real life presence, like your brand presence. All of that is established and solid. These are things like, these are, I call business basics. Like every business should have this in place before going into new markets. Okay. So with that all in place, then let's get into the first tier. And I drew it out. Forget my drawings. I don't even know if you guys can see it. Probably not, but this is, and you can go online, and I'm going to make a graphic and post this. But so imagine your industry is in the center. The next level is the first tier. These first tier of people are the people that they are using your industry offering, but they are so ready to leave. Like they're using it because they have no other choice. They haven't found anything else that can get them what they need. So they're stuck using your industry. And so looking at those people, okay, who, like for example, in the credit card industry, small business owners have to use payment processors, but it costs so much money for the merchant fees and all of this. And so they're begrudgingly using it. But they would be the first tier of non-customers because as soon as something else comes, they jump. They're ready to bounce, okay? So think about your industry and think about the people that are in that industry that are 1 foot out the door. Like they really are waiting for something else and they're ready to go, okay? And the next layer is people that are in, or organizations that know your industry, and what your industry offers, but they refuse to use it because it's either they think it's beyond their means, or they found what they need and their needs are met in another industry by another industry offering, or they just go unmet. Now, if you're thinking, and you think about what industry you're in, and if you all put in the comments, like what industry, if you have businesses, I'd be interested to know what field you're in, what your business is, because I can put in some real practicals. We could brainstorm and think about it live. But thinking of those two, just stopping there in those two tiers. The first tier of people that are actually in what you do in your industry. And it's not necessarily working that are your clients or customers, but they're in the industry and they're fed up. They're just done, Immediately thinking of why are they fed up? What are things that could be improved that you can incorporate and compel them and entice them back in to your offering specifically, right? And then the people that are the second tier, what are they looking at? Where are they buying? Who are they using instead? What industry are they spending their money on, and why do they like that? What are the commonalities that you have with that industry that you can pull them in? So those are the first two tiers that you can tap into and start to really dig and see who's there and start to tweak your solutions to actually start to market to them that they may not have ever even thought about it. Or again, the first tier ones, those are the first ones I would jump after because they are already using it, but they're ready to leave. Okay. And so how can you make a compelling solution that'll hit the pain points that they can't stand about the industry and give them what they need? Right? That's immediately, people that you can target. And then the next group that you go after is the second tier that are people that are in a different industry that are not even like they thought about it, but it's like, no, I'm getting that over here, so I don't need you. But it's like, okay, what are you getting over there and how can we make it better? So, and then going with the example of the credit card company, A second tier would be new business, micro businesses, self-employed individuals who don't accept credit cards, right? They are using other payment processor, or they just do cash and checks. This is older time. There's so many other payment options now, but Bitcoin, I'm still trying to understand that one. But that's the next level out, okay? And then the final section are your third tier. Now, these are way out there, and these are people that have no clue about your industry offering. You're not even on their radar. Like, they don't even know what you do. They've never even thought about it. And so how do you approach them? Okay. And let me know, is this making sense? Just give me a thumbs up or wave if this is like too out there. And again, I'm going to have this information. I'm going to post this and I'll break this down. But this is really getting you out of this red ocean, this muddy water where everybody is, and starting to look at how you can expand in other areas. So, the third tier, right? These are people that have no clue who you are and what you're offering. And so, you think about who benefits strongly from what you would offer, but they just don't know you exist. Because maybe the way it's being delivered right now, it just isn't appealing to them, or it just seems irrelevant to them, right? And so understanding these three buckets, these tiers of non-customers, you can look at your existing customers in the industry and what are some of the main demographics, main points about them, who are typically buying in your industry, and what are the common themes? Like, is it a demographic? Is it a age or a sex? Or, this is high level. We're not getting into the weeds. But to kind of figure out the landscape of your current industry to measure against the first tier, like, wow, this is larger. There's actually a larger market in this first tier than who's currently in our current industry. Like, so you have a starting point looking at who do you currently have, not you specifically, but just in the industry, who's already buying there, what do they look like? So, first look at the, get your starting point with your total industry, and then to determine your landscape, broad sweeping, who's there, who's typically buying, and then what are the commonalities, right, that you find there? What, like, break it down to who is the buyer and what is the common themes? Like, why are they buying? Why are they in that industry? And what is the main point? And if you can figure that out, then you can sell to any industry. So I always use the example, if I sell rocks, I'm a rock, or I won't use rocks because you can't make a rock, but, or I'm like a stonemason. Okay. I take stones and I make different art from stones. Okay. And so I know stones, I know all the different stones. So if I know what I do with stones, and I know everything there is to know about stones, I know the reason why people use stones, why they need stones, I can look at those first tier, those second tier, and the third tier customers and figure out ways to make stones appealing to them because I know why people get the stones. Does that make sense? It's really understanding the core of what you do and why people are going to that industry. Why are they buying? Why do they need what that industry offers, what your industry offers? And then specifically, how do you show up in that industry? What do you bring into that industry that you bring that's unique? And then what are the pain points that they can't stand about the industry that you can make better? What are the things that will turn people away from the industry to make it better? So this is part of you building your solution, in your marketing strategies, then understanding those pain points and then start tapping into those industries. And so that's a way, it's a strategy. Again, start with looking at your current industry, who's already there, who's buying, and what is that demographic, who's the typical person that buys in your industry, so you can find the commonalities. And then take that baseline information and look at your first tier. The first tier are the people that are buying, but they're begrudgingly buying and they have one foot out the door. And then why don't they like the industry? What are they complaining about? What is not compelling for them? What are they really looking for? And how can you take those answers and incorporate that into your solution to then market to them? Next tier, second tier, these are people that know your industry, but they aren't considering it because they feel it's either out of their means or they found something better and that meets their needs in another industry. Well, what is that need? Again, going back to the core, what are they really looking for? And what is that where is the other industry that the masses are going to in that group? And how can you incorporate what they like into your offering to then market to them? And then the third group, which is the harder group, because they have no clue who you are and what your industry offering is. They didn't even see you as relevant. It's just the way it's delivered just does not even make sense for what they need. So that would be your last batch to dig into and go after you've already conquered the first tier and then added on your second tier customers. And so the third tier, those are you've mastered, kind of gotten a feel and have developed your compelling solution that's meeting the needs and answering the mail and drawing them back into the industry. And so you're building momentum. So you should start to come into the radar of the third tier customers if you keep paying attention to what are they not liking? What is the industry, the other industry that they went to is better? Why? What can you bring in? And then refine your solution to meet those while still taking care of people that are already buying in your industry. So I know that was technical and it was a lot, but that is a strategy that you can use to start looking at other markets to tap into for your business and to get more customers. And again, it's the first tier, people that are in your industry that are buying but are not happy and are ready to leave. Second tier of non-customers are people that know your industry offering, but they're finding their needs in a different industry offering, or they are not getting their needs met, but they feel that what this industry your industry offers is beyond their means. So that's a potential for fixing and meeting that need. And then the third tier of non-customers are people that have no clue. They don't even know you exist. And they are in a completely different industry and do not see the value. And so those would be the ones that you would refine your solution to see what industries they are in and make sure that you are adding value, which by the time you get to the third tier, and if you've done all this work with the first and second, you already are, because you would have addressed the pain points and the solutions. So I hope that helps. Again, this is what I use. I do this for my clients. I do everything for you, business design solutions. So I create new revenue streams for female entrepreneurs. I take your ideas and shape them, and we come up with a solution. And then I build out all of the deliverables and all the pieces of the solution, your foundation, everything I mentioned in the business foundation, and get you set up to launch and to go in and do your business. So I hope this was helpful today. I have more information to share. I'm going to get out there, but I wanted to get people thinking and get outside of the current norm and to really be aware of all of these business tools and resources that are out there that can help you to tap into new markets, to not be, you may have something really awesome, but it's just being drowned out by this red ocean, all of these other people doing the same thing. Even though you're authentic in you, it's still a lot of noise. And so getting into different thinking, divergent thinking with your revenue and going after new markets. So that's what I have today. And if you have any questions, again, you can go to, I'm going to put the information out on, I'll put this video out on my page, but I'll also put up a graphic and some notes out there for you to go back and look at. But you also can go to blueoceanstrategy.com, and they have tons of information. They talk about this in even more detail, but I didn't want to get too technical. I just wanted you to be able to take away the practicals of it and implement it today. Like, start looking around, like open your eyes to who's around you and potential non-customers that can become your customers. So if there's any questions, just let me know. And I hope that this has helped you all. Just any feedback. And again, if you're watching the replay, please put comments, questions, your thoughts. I'd love to hear like what you think about using these strategies, and do you want more? Because I use like I said, I use these tools in my revenue design solution. Like, I've built it off of several different types of tools and then design tools. But I wanted to share so that others, you can use this for your business and build, get your blue oceans and start going into new markets and not be overcrowded. So that's what I have. I'll be on the gram, and I thank you all for joining live. Thank you all that watched the replay. Again, Kia Hyder. I am a business designer, a creative business designer. So I geek out over business models and color palettes. So if you want some help coming up with ideas for your business, you can do an idea clarity session with me. And to just talk through, you have all these ideas swarming in your head and you don't know where to start. You may have an existing business and you want to branch into something else, but you can't get it figured out. It's stuck. We can talk. That's my idea clarity session. And then if you want to get that new solution created fully for you with a step-by-step blueprint, and then I actually do all the work for you, that's my revenue design solution, and information's in the bio. I actually, because it is such a labor intensive, like I do all the work for you. It takes about 3 to 6 months to create it. And so I'm currently working on 4 different clients. So I don't have openings for that until March, but I do can send information and we can get your spots secured if it's something that you're thinking about. If you don't have a business, you want to start a business, this is something we can start. But I usually like to start with the idea clarity session so we can have a conversation, and out of that you will get your come up with your overall solution or some ideas for an overall solution, who would benefit the most from it, and then how you should move forward. So that's what I do. That's what I offer. It's all about making new revenue and outside of the box divergent thinking and coming up with new ways to get you doing what you love doing and serving other people. So have a blessed day. I will be online. And happy afternoon. Thank you. Bye.